Welcome to Judge Echo, where we uncover the most shocking legal battles currently sweeping the USA. Subscribe Judge Echo for daily courtroom updates.
Graham Partners LLC versus Micah Fry.
Graham first.
How you doing?
Pretty good, sir.
On my sheet. Where?
The yellow.
Oh, it's not a color. All right. They made a map referral. You hear anything on that?
Yes, he gave me, so I'm above their cap, which is 3,000. I'm at
Right.
38. 38 and some change. I forget the exact number. So he gave me 2 weeks to catch up on that, which I am. I'm a dump. I get paid every week, so I'm gonna catch up with that, and then once he figure out I'm caught up, he should clear the 3,000. The rest of it.
Oh, okay. So gotcha. How much does plaintiff have him owing?
I don't have an updated number because if you recall, these are the cases we were trying to dismiss.
Oh, right.
So I didn't have a judgment prepared.
Pardon?
I didn't have a judgment prepared to have ledger.
I didn't enter the dismissal. Why?
Because these are the Arbor one.
Oh, that's what I thought. I thought that's what this was. And all of these RAM partners are? Yes. That's what I would do. Now, so all right. So what are we looking to do on these cases? Because I've got Miss Sampson, Brown, and Robinson, I think are all, why don't you all come up? Because I'm just trying to.
I have a representative from Rand Partners here too.
Okay, then come on up. Is everybody here?
Good morning, Your Honor. Deputy Gordon.
Oh my
Lane here.
goodness. Oh boy. Okay. All right. I just felt an aura in the room, and
It's been a while, Judge.
That's
It's been
what
a
that
while.
was.
Good morning. I just wanted to let you know I was here as well on behalf of Arbor One. I was advised there may be some questions about the impact of the circuit court case, so I'm here to answer any questions you may have that would impact these
Yeah.
cases before you.
Okay. So, and all the defendants are here. So here's what happened, and I don't know how much, you've been brought up to speed. Originally, these cases were filed, I think, by Beal.
Okay.
Then, I was told, I think at the first hearing, that Beal no longer represented Arbor One.
Correct.
And then there was a new property management company in, and so they didn't know. It kind of caught counsel as well as myself off guard, I think. And then we didn't know if RAM was going to actually proceed with these cases, not proceed with them, or whatever. So that was the first thing. The next thing is that because these were Arbor One cases, I was unclear whether these cases really effectively fell under what was ever happening in circuit court,
Okay.
and whether that had an impact on these four defendants. I think that's where we kind of left it.
Okay. I can provide some clarity to that, Your Honor, if you'd like.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
So my understanding is that there's four defendants. That one of them was an Arbor West resident. I believe that's Mr. Fry, who's before you. Arbor West resident, and he transferred from Arbor West to 720 pursuant to a court order from the circuit court case where the tenants were given the option to either vacate the property entirely, or they could transfer from their unit that did not have a COC to a unit that did have a COC. Mr. Fry
Got it.
elected to transfer from his unit without a COC to a unit with a COC and receive a $1,000 credit. That was the incentive for them to vacate and leave their old unit and go to a new COC unit. He received that credit to his account. And so any payments owed pursuant to any court order in the circuit court case, he would have received. And so these buildings, all three of the buildings have had COCs or TCOCs since October of 25. So the rental obligation for all three of those units and all the tenants in those units would have been continuing from October of 25 to present. The other three tenants did not transfer. They were always in their units and I believe they elected to remain. And so according to our records, there was no payments owed to them pursuant to any of the court orders. And so there's no outstanding funds owed to them. And I believe that those were Miss Sampson, Miss Brown, and Robinson.
Robbins,
Um,
Mr.
Mr. Robinson. So that's the update as to the impact of the circuit court case on these cases, which in essence would primarily just be Mr. Fry.
So the folks, so that I'm clear, the three that were in a unit without a COC, their rent was supposed to just, well, I don't know how I want to put this. There was nothing in the circuit court that necessarily affected them because they didn't move.
Correct. So they were always in those units and they were not paying rent during the time they did not have a COC. Once we got the TCOCs in those buildings, their rental obligations started again. So if at any point after October 2025, barring any, they were able to get a COC.
Got it. Okay. Thank you so much. That you don't
No
know how
problem,
much
Judge.
that helps. All right. Did any other questions for Miss Leland? Because if she had something else to do.
I know that Miss Brown was confused about whether she could move. That
Right,
was
so
her
I'm gonna, what she,
Come on up to the podium.
So I'm not sure about the other two tenants, but what she's saying is incorrect. I did move from the buildings that fell under non-compliance and they moved me into 721 West Clark Road. And they forgave my balance from the previous unit that was collecting. And then I have a paper where me and the previous tenant signed that we were supposed to get the money back for the rent that we paid. And they moved me into the new unit December 1st of 2025, and then they fell out of compliance again in the 721 West Clark building.
New unit.
Yes, after they moved me. Which I have all the paper from like my
That's fine.
Yeah.
What were you gonna, Counsel?
Could you confirm when you moved from and what building you moved from and when you moved?
I moved from 721 Green Road, apartment 221 to 721 West Clark Road, apartment 201. And I moved into that unit December 1st of 2025. I moved into 721 Green Road, November 1st of 2024.
Okay. I would have to check and see when the order to vacate. There was is 721 or the original apartment you moved from, was that Arbor 1 or Arbor West?
Arbor 1.
Arbor 1. Okay. I would need to confirm when the Arbor 1 vacate order was entered, and what date that was, because if it wouldn't have necessarily involved any payment to some extent of her moving if she was just relocated for some other reason. So I need to confirm when that order was actually signed to see if her move was actually pursuant to the vacate order, or if it was pursuant to some other discussion
Some
or
other
coordination.
event may have included the forgiveness of
Correct.
amounts. What she's indicating is correct. So it wouldn't fall under that order, but there may be something else.
So the paper that I signed was the agreement to get my rental payments back that I paid when they were not even in compliance and I wasn't aware. So that's the paperwork that I signed. And then they moved me,
Hold on. Where, do you have that paper?
not on hand, but I do have it.
You have it.
Yes.
And that was for what period in time? Do you?
That was for when I moved in November 1st of 2024 into 721 Green Road. And then they went into that
Right.
compliance thing and I was stuck there. And then they moved me November 1st of 2025.
Gotcha. I gotcha. So what I'm trying to figure out, and I realize you don't have it today. Was the paper that you have that everybody signed, right? Did that indicate that all of what you paid was supposed to come back during that period?
Yes.
Okay. That can change things a great deal, but you don't have that today with you.
No, I don't have that today. And that's what I was talking to Alex Henry about, because that's the papers that he was looking for to collecting, but he was still a little lost about like what was going on. And then I just wanted to say again, when they moved me to the new unit, my issue is they fell out of compliance again. And I'm just looking for,
I
hear
you. Okay. I'm just, as we come back here, I'm just trying to get I'm trying to understand where everybody is. I get where you are, but I may not be able to move ahead like right now because I got to figure out what that paying the rent and that was supposed to come back to you. Right.
Yes.
So, cause they have you owing about 8,000. Is that right?
Which is a balance that's just collecting from, I believe, nothing.
Okay. All right.
I hear weren't in compliance.
So here's the way I view it. They're saying that there's 8,000 that's owed. Let's just say that hypothetically. But you were supposed to get back, say 10. That puts us in a whole different ballgame.
I don't believe so, because they agreed to move me into a new.
No, I know, but the numbers, I got to make the numbers, man. I get what you're saying, but if some monies were supposed to come back to you, we got to have that happen.
Yeah.
However it happens, but I got to have that document.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, what is her last name? Is this defendant Brown?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Because she has, well, I have 6,000 or 7,000, 6,000 that's owed basically on this one. 65 was the number given.
Okay. And for my end, Your Honor, I can look into this and see try to confirm what she's saying and get with Ram and the attorneys there and see if I can provide some additional information to them to bring back to you.
Great. Ma'am, what I'm going to need you to do, that paper that you have, I need you to get a copy to the court and also to opposing counsel or to Ram.
Okay.
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 So that they have that. And so when they have their discussion, we can figure out where we are with this number and then eventually get you from having to show up here and being mad at me.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. So, and then Ms. Sampson, was there anything you wanted to say to me about where yours is?
Eviction lifted again, I need that back.
Pardon?
I want to have that eviction lifted off of my name again. I paid rent September to March when it's non-compliance. Cause I didn't know not to pay until the city inspector knocked on my door and told me not to, because I don't really.
No, I got you. That's right. You were in the position, you were paying and your building wasn't in compliance.
I was used to living that way, unfortunately, because I have a daughter who's pregnant. Over here. So I just try to stay out the way, shampoo my own carpet, clean, my walls have never been painted in 8 years, the carpet haven't, you know, but it's not mine. Some
I hear you.
hang out, so I can get out. But then,
But
when all of this happened, like I got wrote up for my job, and a lot of stuff happened from them doing all of this stuff and.
hold on one moment though. But you didn't get an opportunity to sign an agreement like Miss Brown did.
They're all.
Did they move me into urban?
Well, it was non-compliant, it was out of compliance, the two,
That's when they moved you into the second building that fell out of compliance.
it was temporary. They had a temporary
They
certificate,
had a okay.
and so they were moving people in with the temporary.
It's under,
It's not my business either, I like to mind my own business. However, when it comes to my business, like, I gotta, no, come on.
right, but
I'm a real fair person, so I didn't do all of this. I still planted my flowers, still, because they told me everything was gonna be fixed and I was just gonna stay until I wanted to leave, but things got different, so. Yes, things.
I have just a curious question. How many kids have you raised?
A lot. Well, I have three. My son is 34, my daughter 31, 18, and I raised three of my siblings, so.
Okay,
They better than.
because that is not your baby, right?
No.
And every time you come here, you grab that baby and you are just holding that baby and that baby just loves you. Now, I mean, she probably likes your mama too, but I'm just saying. Okay. But it was just amazing to me because you just grab her and you just keep doing what you're doing. You just got the baby there. Okay. All right. So what we have to figure out is with your unit, what the compliance status was at any given. Yeah.
I have just two pieces of information on that. I know Ms. Brown said they fell out of compliance in December. So I see the order from the court showing there was a temporary order of compliance October 3rd. And then I have an actual certificate of compliance from February 19th. So I think you're saying in between that time, is that what?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me, she's saying. Okay. So we'll have to figure that out. Mr. Robinson. Anything you want to tell me? Because,
I know Bill been put me in a hotel for 10 days.
pardon?
Bill put me in a hotel for 10 days while they one of my bathroom down to the wall. I got home. There was biohazard red team in my master bedroom. We were seeing one. And I mean, I know too much, but I know biohazard. So I closed that door and made my front. Do that. So what I gonna do? What's going on? You think are we not gonna rebuild your bath? Yeah, sir. Bathroom. I said, okay, man,
So, and you were in 721.
I'm the one.
So it would seem to me with the exception of Mr. Fry, because he's kind of an outlier. The other three, I'm going to need to know what rent was charged, when they were there, what rent was charged and the status of the COC. Because that's going to, regarding that building. Because then I think I can look through and try to figure out what's going on with these three. Right? So where did Fry? Okay, sorry. So with you, that's why your balance, as I see it, your balance is significantly different than, why don't you come on up to a podium? Your